Hello YouTubers, I'm Justin and today on Dash and Run, well, we're going to be doing another one of looks at my tools here, and this one's another one of those Azita tools, and this is a cordless heat gun. Now I got this in for another job, so as you can see I've been doing a lot of renovation stuff because I keep getting these different tools. And I saw this, and I also saw that they had a Ryobi one, but I thought the Azita one was pretty much a little bit cheaper, and I had that battery system. So anyway, let's get it out the box, have a bit of a closer look, and see if this is something that you might want for your tool collection too. First thing out the box is the user guide, and this will cover how to operate it. It also comes with a 5-year warranty, which is pretty good with the Azita tools, and it'll also tell you the specs and the operation of operating this heat gun. So that's the first thing out the box. Next are these 3 different fittings, and they go on the heat gun itself. Now this one is to go on the heat gun so you can heat a pipe and get the heat going round the back of it. This is obviously for heating, you know, like say paint and things like that you want to strip off. And then you've got this one here which will give you a much more finer point for say heating maybe glued objects or other stuff. So you get 3 different attachments, and they're also included in the box. And finally we've got the Azita heat gun itself, and as you can see it's pretty nice. It looks very drill like. Now on this side I notice it's got this little spring-loaded clip here which you can clip to the wall, and you can open it up and hang it using as a hanger, which is pretty good. It's got an LED light on the front. This here adjusts so that when you put one of those ends on, like so, you can actually use this to push it off. So if the end is hot, you're not having to touch it, which is pretty neat. You've got a trigger and a safety lock, and that's pretty much everything in the gun itself. So next, let's get a battery, and I'll just show you it running, and I'll give you a bit of an idea of what sort of temperatures come out of this gun. Okay, so I've got a wooden chopping board, and I've got the hot air gun, and I've put my battery on. And what we're going to do is just attach the different attachments. So we're going to start with this narrow one, and I've got a temperature reader, and we can just see how hot it's going to get where it's sort of coming out from. So we'll start with the narrow one, and I'll get the temperature guide going. And then if we aim it down to what's coming out, you can see we're already hitting 70 plus up to 80 already very quickly. So that's the first one, being the nozzle. Now, as I showed you earlier, you have got that ability to just turn that like that, and that will let that off without having to actually touch it in case it's really hot, which is good. Next, we're going to use this more open-ended version, which would probably be used for maybe paint and other things like that. So we'll put that on as well, and we'll test how hot that gets as a wider nozzle. And it doesn't quite get as hot as it did the other one, but it's still getting up there. Yes, it's definitely getting quite warm now. So that's also very effective, and you can see you're hitting, you know, maybe up to 90 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot. The final one, this one here, is designed for working with pipes. So if you've got a pipe in like so, you want to heat the back, say you've glued it, this is what you would use. And again, if I put this on, but this time I'm going to aim it actually at the steel because it's blowing back on itself, and we'll see what sort of temperature we're going to get. Not quite as hot as the other ones, but definitely getting hotter quite quick. And definitely, I imagine if you used it for quite a long time, you definitely hit the near to 90 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good. Well, there you go. There's my quick unboxing and look at the Azita hot air blower, and overall I think it's pretty decent. It's got a lot of nice little features. It's got a safety feature, of course, so it won't overheat, so when it gets very hot it'll actually stop and just cool itself down. It's also good that when you let go of the trigger it cools itself down too, which is another great feature. And the price is pretty reasonable, so it's definitely a thumbs up from me. Anyway, I'm Justin, and as always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.